So for our next example, we've got this word problem, and the theme for school dance is solid gold. For one decoration, Kana is covering a trapezoid-shaped piece of poster board with metallic gold paper to look like a bar of gold. If the height of the poster board is 18 inches, how much metallic paper will Kana need in square inches? Well, we've got this trapezoid here where we've got one base is the height plus 1 and the other base is 2h plus 4. And the easy way to do this would just be plug in 18 inches for h and evaluate each of them, and obviously this right here would just be h, the height of the trapezoid. So we could plug in 18 for all our h's and evaluate, and that'd be fine, but that wouldn't be nearly as much fun as solving this with a bunch of variables and then just plugging in 18 at the end. Obviously I'm joking. I would normally expect you to just plug in 18, but for this example, let's just pretend we didn't know the height and we wanted to get a general formula. So we're going to start out ignoring this 18 inches, and we're going to say, well, we know these variables, so let's try to find what the area would be based off those variables. Well, the area would be 1/2 times the height times the quantity of base 1 plus base 2. Here's base 1, there's base 2. Now you may be wondering, does it matter which one's base 1, which one's base 2? Obviously not, because we're just adding them together, and order does not matter for addition. So I've got in parentheses h plus 1 plus 2h plus 4, just adding base 1 plus base 2. Then I'm going to work on simplifying this. I've got area equals 1/2 h times, in parentheses, combining my like terms, h plus 2h is 3h. Notice, since I'm only adding, the exponents of the variables don't change. And then I've got 1 plus 4 gives me 5. So now I've got 1/2 h times the quantity of 3h plus 5. Notice here we're just going to distribute this 1/2 h to each thing in parentheses. So I get area equals 3/2 h squared plus 5/2 h. And then we're done. We've simplified it all the way. If you wanted to actually plug in a value for this, you would get area equals 3/2 times 18 squared plus 5/2 times 18. And then you could actually go through and do this. You would get area equals 3/2 times 18 squared. 18 squared is 324. So when you take 324 times that 3/2, you do times 3 divided by 2, and you'd get 486 plus 5/2 times 18. Well, 5 times 18 is 90. Divided by 2, you get 45. So you'd find, when you actually find the area, you would get 531 square inches. Not so concerned with the plugging in and evaluating. The main point of this problem was to get to this point where we plugged in variables and simplified an expression using the distributive property to get that answer. But obviously you could plug in 18 and get 531 square inches, which is what you would have gotten had you just plugged in 18 from the beginning and done it the easy way.